Hello.
First things first. Hello.
This is gonna be a hot webinar.
You know, I wonder first, Nicole, if we do a quick exercise to just add space. So can I just ask everyone, would you guys be willing to be the space of you and just expand out? And what ease, joy, and glory can we have with technology? You know, it's funny. Whenever I do anything with Conscious Vagina, there's a lot of bodies that come and talk. So if we could just ask all those beings to just step away from the computers and all the bodies, please step aside and let's relax. And if we could just say hello to our toes and allow the earth in and allow the energies of the earth to contribute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get better. You know, it's like little kids in a candy store. Whenever we're going to talk about things that this reality doesn't want us to talk about. And one of them is our magical bodies, and then having no exclusion with our bodies. No matter what, whether you have a male body in this lifetime, whether you have a female body, what if none of that actually matters? What ease can we have? What joy can we have? All right, so Nicole, can you hear me better?
Yes, just like don't move, just stay still. We can hear you, but the camera is a little bit skipping, but it's fine. We can perceive your vagina, so all good.
Well, you know, let's play. Let's play.
Yeah.
As long as you can hear me, how is getting me better?
Totally. Let's start. Hey, Laleh. Hey, everyone. Welcome in this powerful, probably even more than we expected, this Zoom about your specialty class, because Laleh, she is certified facilitator of Access Consciousness. And also, I just found out you are founder and president of your huge organization called Global Wellness for All. Like, well, which is kind of, I was really like, you told me, but I didn't get it. So I was just searching some information about you, and somehow like those two businesses, it's already like a huge powerhouse. And so I'm so happy to have you here and really like talk about these topics, because these huge businesses somehow like are connecting with all these topics about like the vagina. And because in this area, for me, it's just really huge, like power, space and place. And because this is your specialty, I just would love to ask you like how you open this, how you get into this topic, and how are you create with your vagina and this power, this energy in your body with those two businesses and basically in your life.
Yeah. You know, what's interesting is that the birth of Conscious Vagina actually came out of a different Access Consciousness specialty class. It was Right Voice for You. Oh, wow. So we were in Avignon, France, and we had a master class for 3 days. And 3 days was just really interesting. You know, I'm usually facilitating people about having their voice in their lives, in their business and everything else. And one thing that was really interesting was How many people have locked their voice in different parts of their bodies? And I know that, but those 3 days was all about vaginas and all about penises. And it was so funny because we really started joking. Like, it became this joke that this class should be called The Right Vagina for You instead of The Right Voice for You. And when the class finished, I really asked a lot of questions, like, what was that? You know, it's like, usually you don't have only one topic that comes up for everyone, men, women, people in the class, people who were online. You know, it just was one of those energies. And then a few months later, I was sitting with Gary Douglas at a 7-day, and I just looked at him and I was like, Gary, this whole topic of vaginas just keeps popping up. You know, what do you perceive if I do a class on vaginas? And he looks at me, he goes, do it. And I was like, okay. And we talked about like the title, and it was going to be the Vagina Monologues initially. And as you guys know, that's a huge play and a whole HBO special, and there's a whole lawsuit. So we didn't go down that road. And when I asked questions, that's what this creation wanted to be called. And one thing was never a separation, that this is about women and only women. It really was that it's this oneness of us, not separating any part of your body. But men, they take these classes, you know, we have female energies, we have male energies, and whether this lifetime you have a vagina or a penis, what you actually be is energies that you've had every energy in every lifetime. So when men take the class, they're blown away by truly the contribution it becomes to them, their bodies, and having gratitude for women and their bodies. You know, so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun facilitating these classes, and the beauty of the changes that happen. Like, we just finished an intro class and a 1-day class, and now we have more conscious vagina practitioners in the world. We just finished yesterday, and it's so amazing, like already the feedback I've gotten, and like they were surprised to all the different topics that we discussed, in all the places they didn't even realize they were locking things in their vagina, or they weren't willing to really be all of them. They were excluding different parts of their bodies. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can't tell.
Yeah, and just I'd like to ask you.
Okay, cool. And then, yeah.
We have a delay a little bit. Because in Access Consciousness, we talk a lot about empowering, and we have so many body classes. And this is Conscious Vagina. It's 1.5 day, like day. But then 1 day an intro class, like it's like this concept. You facilitate this class. So what's difference, or just, you know, body class and the Conscious Vagina class? Is there like something different between these classes? And also where you go, because you mentioned you go to so many aspects and areas. So what can we kind of expect where we go? Is it really like all body, or is it only this part of body?
Yeah. So the Access Consciousness 3-day body classes are incredible. You know, you have 3 days to have a partner who's going to work with you. And there's this magical manual that has like 60 different body processes. And really, the 3-day body is to start this communication with your body and really apply the tools and the energies to clear different things that are going on. So there's 60, but obviously in 3 days, you don't do 60 body processes. Your partner asks which one your body requires. So 3 days of either you or your partner receiving and gifting to each other these different energies. Where Conscious Vagina is a little bit different, we actually have 2.5 days. The first intro and the 1 day can be in person or online, and it's this conversation. It's opening the door to a different kind of communication and conversation and a different way of engaging with your body. You know, in a 3-day, it's really easy. You lie down, you receive, it's magical, okay? You can still have your points of views about your body. You know, you can still have a lot of things that are still going on. With Conscious Vagina, it shows up like kangaroo balls. You know, what happens is they bubble up. They want to be discussed. They want to be acknowledged and put some awareness and consciousness to it. And then people have a choice if they want to change it. The energies of Conscious Vagina are very different than the energies of body processes. However, day number 3, which is the 2.5 day, is a day of body process. And it is this communion with the 3-day body classes. You know, there's a body process, and it is about not just energetically and verbally removing things, but really putting hands on the body and removing all the places you've locked things in. And sometimes verbally you unlock it, and sometimes you require that actual touch to the body to release it. And you know, you asked, what kind of topics do we talk about? I found this is a class that every access class, people are vulnerable and ask questions and change their lives. You know, that's what I've witnessed. With Conscious Vagina, it seems to me, from the feedback that I'm getting, it's a different space for people to really have no barriers. They let go their barriers. They don't worry about being embarrassed asking a question. And we can talk about anything. Like we were talking about, in one of my classes, it was about masturbation, you know. Another class was someone had a hysterectomy and the things that occurred during surgery. We have people who can't get pregnant and they come and there's different conversations. And then there's others with childbirth. And then you have people who are healthy and they come, and what they don't realize is there's so many points of views that get impelled on our bodies from the minute our mom gets pregnant. You know, you're having a girl, you're having a boy, and all the expectations. So there's a lot of hidden energies that we don't even know are there. And then when we release them, it seems like the roadblocks, the limitations are gone, and you and your magical body get to cooperate together. You get this magical communion that you get to create from a very different space. And, you know, I never know what we're going to have in these classes. We never know the conversations, because every single one is different, like any other Access Consciousness class. I've had someone who's probably taken 8 or 9 classes with me so far. And each time she's like, how is it possible that it feels like it's my first class with you? Because it's this evolving energies that just expand, and the more you ask questions, the space that you be, the more receiving you allow. And so for me, it is so much fun, because truly it's the one class I get feedback from everyone, you know, like they're so excited about the changes in their lives, their money flows, their business, or their sex. You know, I've had so many people tell me, oh my God, I had someone who took a bunch of Conscious Vagina classes with me, and she's now working on a boat, on a cruise ship. And she messaged me 2 days. She goes, how is it possible? I went on a date 2 days ago and Conscious Vagina was totally active in my body. I was so happy. She's like, how is that possible? I'm like, beautiful. The energies don't go away because you now have a different job, you know? But she was tapping in to the class we were having. So her body and the energies of what Conscious Vagina was creating the other night, she was in communion with. So it was just, you know, we really never know the gift of our bodies until that space of gratitude for our bodies.
Yeah, and I would say also, like for me, it's for first time kind of this class only kind of about this part of body, and there's so many taboo topics. We are still shy. We still, you know, like at least about sex or masturbation, it's still kind of like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? And these all like discussions. And if we talk about it with friends, it's like putting points of view together. But this can really be the space where we can open stuff and really be vulnerable. And with those questions and clearings, what we are using in Access Consciousness, we can really unlock something. And my question was kind of like, if you notice some difference between like where you were creating before these classes, when you started facilitate, and now when you are really discovering this. So is your creation different? Is it like, because when I just noticed your business, the second business, not Access Consciousness, for me it was like energy of like, and I'm just really asking for this energy in the world. So is this like energy from your body and from this part of your body, because it's different? So what's that?
Yeah. Well, I'd say yes. And by the way, I have multiple businesses, not just Global Wellness for All. I also have Velopimo, and, you know, and also the Earth Project, and I'm on different board of directors. And I truly, every single tool in Access Consciousness contributes to you being more of you. You, the true you, not the bullshit you of, you know, I can do this, but I can't do this. It's like truly being you shines. And I've just found more and more with my own willingness to tap into Conscious Vagina energy and not exclude from it, you know, like truly. And it has some similarities of SOP and Symphony of Possibility energies. And, you know, it has so many different energies combined. It makes me step up. I don't know how else to say it. Like the moments that I want to like even have a doubt, I can't. Those distractor implants cannot stop me because there's something very powerful about the engagement of me and the totality of my body. And so, you know, there's moments like for 5 seconds that I want to judge something, I get slapped in the face. Like, it's impossible. Do not judge. This is the oneness of you. This is the oneness of our body. And I know that is actually the energy of Conscious Vagina. And, you know, I'm right now creating a wellness center in Dubai. And how it came about was me asking questions of Global Wellness for All and Conscious Vagina. I was asking them what they desired to create in the world. And this was 2 years ago. And I was like, you know, I used to travel every week before COVID to different countries, facilitate different classes. I still do to some degree, but I always knew Global Wellness for All wanted centers around the world. And when I was, you know, I run the energies and I also ask my vagina questions every day. And I perceived this huge wellness center. And at first I thought it's going to be in Portugal, and then it changed. But I know it contributed to the conversations that got created. and the seeds that got planted to this new possibility that we have in Dubai. So, one thing, feedback that I get a lot is that people's businesses grow.
Oh. Also the financial situation, because you mentioned also it's about money. So, and for me, just now talking about it, I perceive energy of feel like new level of receiving, which is so much connected with money flow and this creation. Yeah. So I'm just like, what else we can open and be able to receive, if we don't still judge ourselves, or if we don't go to this wrongness. So I'm really curious about this part, because we met in advanced body class, we were partner, we were swapping these body processes, and already there it was so different energy for me. You were so open and so much like space, so I could receive like differently. And this is it's already also my financial like flow is different. I'm like, okay, I will have that and even more. So it was such an inspiring, really, just like being this space. And yeah, and what else we need to kind of let go to be this power and walking space for others as well.
Yeah. And, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Because I know that each of us, we're such a gift, because one of the things that we be is space. And when there's space, the lies and the invention. So like, even someone judging the way their vagina looks or their body looks or their nose looks, like it doesn't fly around me, because I'm not going to allow that. I will be interesting point of view, and I will be the space for you to choose whatever works for you. But in these classes, the melting that occurs, truly melting. This woman in Brazil, she messaged me today. She took the 1.5 day class. And she asked me a lot of questions yesterday about money. She was like, I'm a facilitator. I receive money from sessions, classes, and I've been investing some money here. And then I have money from my 10% account, but it seems like I don't have money for me. And, how can I add more revenue streams? And we had a whole half-hour conversation about it. And it was amazing. By the end of that conversation, like she could so perceive she'd already received massive amount of money, because the lies and the bullshit of the separation of this goes here, this goes here, didn't apply anymore. We are infinite beings. We have the ability for infinite receiving. And it's not just the money and the cash, but when we are willing to be the contribution and be 50%, 50% with our bodies, where it's this equal partnership, everything expands. Your joy expands, your money flows expands, your possibilities. And then it takes away the lies of this reality of competition. It takes away I can't do this because I'm doing this. The or universe goes away and melts, and it's the and universe. What else can I add to my life and living? What else can I add to the business today? What else can I add to my bank account today? My financial reality. What are you? Who are you? And what can you gift and contribute to me and my body today? Because you know what? Your body is the one who actually wants the beauty of the world, wants, nice clothes, the gorgeous house, and this succeeding business. You as the being, you gift and receive. And you have this draw to things like gold. I mean, you guys can't really see it, but for me, it's also about jewelry, and when you actually ask your body questions, your body pulls in the things it requires to create and generate and actualize what it desires to create. And today it was these two pieces wanted to come and contribute. My body was like, yes. So like how often, even in that whole picture, we say, yeah, I'm in communion with my body, but how much are you also willing to give your body the life and living your body desires? And not based on, I can have this little bit. You are infinite. The universe is infinite. What are the infinite asks you haven't even asked for? You know, and you said earlier about the businesses are fucking global. They serve different ways, you know, they talk to different audiences, but they don't want to be small. And most businesses don't. But we have this mindset that I am this little puny little thing. Even when I say I have everything, we still ask small.
Yeah.
And when you and your vagina are fucking in tune, communion with each other, it's going to show you you are powerful and potent. Do not stop at the small asks. You know, activate it. And one thing I loved about being your partner for ABC was how much your body was like, yes, let's go. And it didn't want to have barriers. It didn't want to have walls of what we could gift and receive from each other. It really was. You were interesting point of view. Your body is always interesting point of view. And we created massively in that ABC, you know? But it also was our vaginas gifting and receiving with each other. And with every single body, vagina, and penis in that room and beyond. You know what I mean? Like it really is, there is no separation if we do not align and agree to this reality's lies that there is separation.
Yeah, wow. Wow, thank you, Laleh, for this. And really, I have to say, already our connections there, like processing these processes and just giving and receiving, gifting, and just I already perceive people's part of body, this vagina, penises, whatever, just this energy. And it's so much already like contributing to my facilitation also, like to perceive what the body require and, you know, where are the people are stuck or just like cannot move. So I don't know what you did there. I'm just like, I'm asking for this even more because it's so much easier for me for facilitation, for being with people. Just to have this awareness, whatever it is, I don't need to make it significant, but just really like, oh, just this energy required there and playing with bodies. So I'm really curious how this can already contribute like to our bodies, to our lives, but also really to our businesses and access business or whatever business to connect and like with engagement with people. It's so like incredible. I'm still like, is it possible? So I can't wait for this class. So that's why we planned the class to happen in the Czech Republic soon, and to have like your live body there, and also connect with you online, because these classes can be also facilitated online, as you said, only not the MTVSS or the body process part. And one day when you're gonna facilitate the body process, body class. So I'm really curious because you're such open and you're just easy to talk. You're just really like, yeah, whatever. What's your issue? Just tell me. So.
Well, you know, it's so funny because thank you for that. I mean, if you guys notice just being on this Zoom, whether you're watching now or you're watching later, like, do you already notice anything different with your bodies since you came on the Zoom? And do you notice anything different in your toes? Do you notice anything in your knees, your hair? Like, you notice this is not about just like one part of our bodies. It really is this whole energetic body, our physical bodies. And what I also love is anyone who's taken the 1.5 day, you know, together, the intro and the 1 day, they also become practitioners. So they can actually apply these energies in their sessions. One of our translators here, our Russian translator, she's incredible. When I was in St. Petersburg, she became a practitioner, and she also learned the facelift from me. And what she did is she's incorporating it in her session. And she's like, Laleh, people's results, like what's showing up with their bodies It is incredible. They're all sending me feedback to how much change has occurred. And I know it's because I'm adding the energies of Conscious Vagina to every session that I'm doing. And so that's one of the gifts too, but you don't have to do it in that setting. I do it in meetings. I do it when I'm talking on the phone with someone. If you allow, this is an energy that you do not have to exclude to only a session or a facilitation, but it does change our ability to facilitate because you are including all of you, the infinite you and the infiniteness of your bodies. And we also are, the target for me is 2023, the fall, that we're going to have a Conscious Vagina facilitator program. We need to have more 2.5 day to get that energy, especially with the body processes out there, so that Gary can say yes, who's the founder of Access Consciousness. But I'm targeting actually, like, it's just like how the universe magically works. By then, our Dubai Wellness Center will be finished. So we are going to have the facilitator program in Dubai. So just putting it in everybody's bug, in the ear and your bodies, and see if that would be fun for you to come play. And all of these 1.5 day, 2.5 days are going to be part of the prereqs. The classes, they freaking vary, you know, like I was facilitating someone who, like in an intro class, she started not freaking out, but she started having all these energies come up. And then she was like in a fetal position. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? And I realized like she had the trauma of the birth canal that she had experienced, and the conversations that occurred in the delivery room were things that were showing up that now her body and her could let it go. And it was such a beautiful session. It was such a beautiful session. And then I've had others, you know, like it could be, you never know. We're talking about body abuse comes up. There's all sorts of things that come up. So to be a facilitator of this, we'll have practitioners. You don't have to be a facilitator. You're a practitioner. It's one-on-one between you and someone else. But to become a facilitator, you're actually going to have to be an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, because you are going to have tools and energies to know how to facilitate and take body classes and advanced body classes, because all those energies are contributing to what gift and contribution you can be in these classes. So, you know, like you said, a 3-day body facilitator, you know, there's a lot that they have to facilitate to get the energies, because we're dealing with bodies, you know, and everyone's body is going to have different things that are going on from the past or whatever happened that day. And to be able to really facilitate it, you and your body also need to have those energies.
I love it. I love it. And I'm in, but I'm not saying it out loud. It's really like, yeah, this is the energy. What's even my body is just like, yeah, this is it. So it's really amazing. And I already perceived the melting space, and also your internet is much better. So that's cool. So everybody is able to receive it. So which is really amazing. It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, it's so easy to panic, especially if the internet's not working and you're the one being interviewed. But there's so much taboo and there's so much judgment and energies around this topic. And just know that you will perceive other people's stuff too. You know, so us not judging it and just being like, okay, like for example, I had to use my friend's laptop. I could not log into Zoom on mine. And I was like, okay, all this energy, what else is possible? Okay, I'm going to find another laptop. Like, you know, like it's our willingness not to give up. And I've gone to so many countries just having this conversation. I could be arrested and this is just totally not appropriate. But I've never worried once. Consciousness has my back, and so does Conscious Vagina, and just the universe has our backs. If we allow there to be no separation with our bodies, our power potency exponentializes. The consciousness we can bring into the world exponentializes. So this reality doesn't want that. I do. Conscious Vagina does, Access Consciousness does. So I'm never going to let anyone or anything stop me in being able to bring this message to the world. And so, you know, just whatever's going on, guys, that moment, relax. Consciousness has our back.
I love it. Thank you, Laleh. Thank you so much. Somebody is just asking when it's going to be in Dubai, but you said 2023, right?
Yeah, so Dubai, the center itself will make lots of announcements when we're close. The building is being constructed right now. They've only done the first 3 floors so far. And the target is August 2023. I never trust developers' timelines, but by the fall, probably I get November, it will be, and it's also a nice time in Dubai, not too hot. November is probably when the facilitate. Well, thank you. You asked, and now I know. I didn't know it was going to be November. So we'll do it in November 2023. And this building is so incredible. It's all about wellness. They have 270 apartments they're going to have, that even the bed, the lighting, the air purifications, all about this yumminess for your body. And we're going to have 5 floors of different things, a whole floor for conferences and for trainings. And so if you guys are facilitators, you want to come and facilitate there, we'll have that. And then if you want to come and stay, we're going to have a hotel as well for some of your apartments, and you get to stay there and have some yummy, yummy different packages.
Awesome. Wow. And we have some questions. The Conscious Vagina, if this class is for women only, you think? I think you mentioned it. It's also for women.
No, we have women, we have men, we've had couples, we've had daughters and moms, sisters, best friends. Like, it is for everyone. The intro has no prereqs. So anyone can come. They don't even have to be in Access. We have lots of people that actually get drawn that have never taken an Access class. The one day though, yes, it has a prerequisite. You have to take an intro in the last 12 months. So a lot of times people do it together, because what opens up in the intro, we exponentialize it and go to a whole new space in the one day. So I've had a lot of people who've done intros in the past, and then they do the 1.5 day.
Awesome. And another question, without a name, please. If someone has abusive marriage or sexual abuse, would it affect the vagina?
Well, this is where you're going to have to go with light or heavy. So light is what's true for you. Heavy is what probably doesn't resonate truth for you. What do you perceive when you ask that question? You know, it's interesting, because the biggest judgment on the planet is when we judge ourselves. You know, when you say my nose is not perfect, or my stomach is too big, or you say my business doesn't have enough money, that's actually you judging it. And so judgments get locked into the body. And yes, vaginas can have different things locked into it. Yesterday we were clearing a lot of stuff. It just depends. Each of us is different. Some of us may have had it, some of us may not. But I just invite you guys to ask the question of, you know, will this be a contribution for me and my body, my business, whatever you want to ask, if you come and play with one of these Conscious Vagina classes. The one in the Czech Republic, we're going to do the intro on June 10th. The one day is June 11th, and then the body process day with MTVSS and the Conscious Vagina energies are going to be on the 12th. And everything, like Nikol said, can be online except the body process, because obviously we have to be in a space where our bodies can be touched.
By the way, my pleasure to welcome you in my country, because I'm from the Czech Republic and I know Prague, so we can just do also some tour and enjoy our bodies. So join us, guys. Join us.
Yes, I am so excited. I've always seen some beautiful pictures. My sister's an interior designer, so she would go to Prague to buy chandeliers and crystal, and I would just drool every time she returned and she brought pictures. So thank you for being our magical hostess And we look forward to experiencing the magic of the land. And, you know, for me, I don't go to a country to facilitate until the land invites me. And when Nikol and I talked, it was really interesting because the first question wasn't, hey, wait, when can I come facilitate? It was like, hey, Czech Republic, what can we contribute to you?
Yeah.
What energies do you require? What contribution can we be to the futures you desire to create?
Yeah.
You know?
And totally, like, one of the energies was really like being the lady, being the woman, and kind of like, you know, even just talking about it, my body is just straightening up and really like, okay, I am the power and I'm ready to walk like in the world and be this. So this is exactly the energy what popped first, and then there's so many energies around, but this is it, like, yeah, let's be this lady and woman and man, and you know, these powerhouses what we really are. And yeah, I'm so grateful and proud we just creating this. So I'm really curious how Czech Republic can contribute.
Yeah, and we're going to have languages in, you know, different languages. So right now we have Czech, Russian, Spanish,
Turkish,
Turkish,
Arabic.
Arabic. I don't remember the other languages. I don't know. Maybe we'll add Romanian. Romanian is translating today. We have a few languages that are translating today. What would it get your people to also want to have, you know, come play online or in person? But one thing I love more than anything is like there is this energy of Europe. And for me, Prague right now, you know, when we were asking your questions and like when I'm connecting to it every day, it really is like, hey, I'm here. Look at me, add to me, and I will give to you. And it just seems like this not a center of Europe, but it's like all the ways it trickles to all the lands, you know? So I'm super excited to what fun we can have with our bodies in Prague.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nikol.
Thank you guys. Thank you for your energy, and see you online and see you in live. So whatever it's like for you, just let's do this.
Yeah.
It's for the time.
And this Zoom, we were going to put it on Facebook. I will. It's available for everyone. So please, we're not going to expire the link to register for this. And then they'll automatically, when they register, get the link for the replay. Like truly, what contribution can we be to bodies around the globe? And especially the vaginas and the penises of the world. You know? Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to our amazing translators. I hope you could hear me. And Sandra, thank you so much for the beautiful graphics, and Nikol and your partner in crime for hosting me in Prague, and what else is possible from here. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.